In this video, I'll be showing how you can connect an active subwoofer to a PA system. And for this video, I have a subwoofer here and a full range speaker or your top, and I'll be demonstrating how you can connect from a mixing console to both the sub and the tops. Before we go into all of that, first of all, I want to establish what I mean by subwoofer and what I mean by active. Subwoofers, in the context of live sound reinforcement systems, are loudspeakers that have been designed to handle the low frequencies of the audible audio spectrum. This audible range of frequencies, 20 Hz to 20 kHz, is usually divided into 4 sections. We have the lows from 20 Hz to 100 Hz, the low mids from 100 Hz to 1 kHz, high mids from 1 kHz to 10 kHz, and highs from 10 kHz to 20 kHz. The frequency at which you transition from one section to the other is known as the crossover frequency, and this crossover frequency varies depending on the manufacturer of your speaker or on the sound engineer. The method of connecting your active subwoofer to your PA system that we'll be considering in this video involves connecting the left and right output of your mixing console to the active subwoofer, and then most active subwoofer today have built-in crossovers, and so we'll be using the built-in crossover in the active subwoofer to split the full range signal from the mixing console into the lows and then into the mids and the highs. So the lows will be handled by the subwoofer, and then the mids and the highs will be sent to the full range speaker or the tops to be driven by them. Now, all loudspeakers using sound reinforcement, subwoofers included, require power amplifier to drive them. Now, the difference between an active subwoofer and a passive subwoofer is the location of the power amplifier. For active subwoofers, the power amplifier is built into the cabinet of the subwoofer, while for our passive subwoofers, the power amplifier is a separate standalone device. Now, we are using an active subwoofer in this demonstration, and alongside the power amplifier that is built into the subwoofer cabinet, other processors, including a crossover, is usually built into the subwoofer cabinet as well, which we'll take advantage of in today's video. This is the setup we have. This is the back of the subwoofer. This is LD system sub, and then this is a full range speaker from the same company. We have a left and a right input. We just have one sub and one top. We'll just be using one, so the left, and then they have most of these subs. They have 2 different outputs for the left and 2 for the right. And since we are concentrating on the left, it's the same thing on the right. We have the first output. It's a direct output, which is basically like a parallel output for you to the signal, the full range signal that comes from your mixer into this input is the same signal that is present here. In case you want to like send the signal to another subwoofer, it's kind of like what the link does in a power amplifier for you to decision multiple amplifier. Why this output is the high pass output, the output which you send to the top. For the mixer, I'll be using an audio interface. I'll be connecting the output of the audio interface to simulate the output of our mixing console. So this has a quarter range output. I'll be connecting the left output of the audio interface into the left. This connector accepts both quarter range and XLR, so I'll connect the quarter range. So use an XLR to connect from the high pass output of your sub to the top. So here I have from the sub, and then the line in. Now this, my full range speaker, is an active speaker as well, as you've already noticed. If you already have a full range speaker that is passive, you can connect from this output to the power amplifier that drives this speaker. It's almost the same thing. So but if you have an active full range speaker or an active top speaker, then you can just connect straight from the sub to the line input of your full range speaker. This particular subwoofer has a variable crossover frequency, so it ranges from about 60 to 180 Hz, and this is the sub level, the level of the signal that is being fed at the level the volume or the gain of the subwoofer. So let me turn that down for now. Now let's hear what this setup sounds like. I'll quickly connect the loudspeakers to mains and turn them on, starting with the subwoofer. I've set both the line gain and volume of the full range loudspeaker to the 12 o'clock position. The crossover frequency is set to 100 Hz and the subwoofer level is turned all the way down. I'm going to play an audio recording of the drums and bass guitar so that we can hear how it sounds, first with only the full range speakers and then with the subs added. Here we go. I have placed a Shure SM137 condenser microphone in front of the speakers, about 1 meter away from their middle. How do you balance the level of your subwoofers and your full range speakers? If it were to be a more professional setup, then the use of softwares such as Smart Live or Spectrum analyzers to optimize the levels of the sub and full range speakers will be employed. But we are not going. I'm not going into that right now. The simplest method for you to use is to use your ears. What I usually do sometimes is I turn the level of the sub all the way down and I play a song that I'm very familiar with and that matches the style of music I aim to mix. And so set the level of the full range speakers to your desired level and then turn up the sub to match the to get the desired balance you want between the full range speakers and the subwoofer. If you'd like to learn how you can match a power amplifier to a passive loudspeaker, then click this video right here. Thank you for seeing this video. I'm Kelvin. I'll see you in the next one.